Welcome back to Critical Mass. Pretty soon we'll be talking about Labor Day, but first, let's talk about Mitt.
That's right. Netflix has produced a documentary about Mitt Romney's runs, I guess, for president in both 2008 and 2012. Let's check out the trailer.
I just can't believe you're going to lose.
Yeah. So what do you think you say in a concession speech? By the way, someone have a number for the president?
I do.
Okay. Hadn't thought about that.
And if you don't win, we'll still love you. The country may think of you as a laughingstock, and we'll know the truth, and that's okay.
This is a very different setting than any of the debates we've held so far. A dining room conversation is among members of the family. These are all people competing for the same job.
How in the world do we find these things out on the day of the debate?
He hates to disappoint.
Are you gonna iron it on? Seriously?
It's working.
Ouch.
This may not end well.
A recent poll said that 43% of Americans are not even sure who you are.
The flipping Mormon.
How did you feel on the stage?
I was dying.
I would not want to do this again. It's too much.
I have looked, by the way, at what happens to anybody in this country who loses as the nominee of their party. They become a loser for life, all right? There's no, all right, it's over.
Barack Obama has changed our race. It's changed our prospects.
He's a very good debater. He's a lot better than the other guys. He's a much more effective debater than they are.
You just get beat up constantly. Oh, Mitt Romney's a flip-flopper. He's this, he's that. And I go, man, is this worth it?
It's like trying to convince people that Dan Quayle is smart, all right? You're not going to convince them that Dan Quayle is smart. And it maybe I got to live with that. Oh, you flip and everything. In which case, I think I'm a flawed candidate.
Please welcome the next president and first lady.
A year ago, we told you we'd love you no matter how this thing turned out, and
Now you're not so sure.
now we're not so sure.
So Mitt actually premiered at Sundance just a couple weeks ago. Netflix immediately picked it up. I think they produced it. Rich, what did you think?
You know, I have to put a disclaimer out there.
Sure.
I am a liberal Democrat,
Oh.
so that probably colored my view a little bit. But I do want to say that I gave Justin Bieber's documentary high marks.
You did, okay.
Yeah, I did, and and not that I liked him going in or
Yeah.
afterwards. I just thought the documentary was well done.
Yeah.
As far as introducing someone, to him, etc.
Yeah.
This one, I didn't think it was as well done.
Okay.
I was surprised that a third of it was spent on his 2008 run.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they skipped over a lot of things that we know about Mitt Romney that they didn't get into, and they really could have.
Yeah, I think it's an attempt to personalize Mitt Romney.
Which I think worked to a
Because,
certain extent.
especially during the 2012 campaign, he's seen as very wooden.
Yeah.
Whereas having a documentary about him, you think, okay, now I'm going to get to know the real Mitt Romney. It did for me, but it did this weird thing, like you said. It followed 2008 campaign, cut, and then said 4 years later.
Yeah.
So all we saw was kind of the drama behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Which frankly was, I think, fun to watch.
Oh, no, it was definitely fun to watch. But I hear people saying, oh, if this was shown earlier, he'd be president. No.
It wouldn't hurt him, honestly.
It wouldn't have hurt him.
It wouldn't have hurt him.
But I don't think it wasn't. It does personalize him,
Yeah.
but it also shows how little he really wanted to do it.
I totally feel the same way. Like 2008, you can tell he has that intensity. 4 years later, he seems tired.
He's worn out.
In fact, I wanted to take a nap for the guy. I'm like, no, stop, don't do this, don't run.
And they have that part of Ann Romney at
Yeah.
the end of 2008 looking into the camera going, I want this on camera in case I think about this again. Never do this again. 4 years later, doing it.
So, Mitt,
But
please don't run again.
But they
'Cause
glossed over the whole 47% thing.
They did.
They glossed over a couple other things that I thought, I want to hear a little bit more
Yeah,
about that.
and how he responds to it.
Yeah, how
they
he
talk more to his
responds.
family than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is interesting, though, to see the behind-the-scenes stuff of how his staff tells him what to do and how he doesn't want to do it. And so I did think it was good. I gave it a B.
Yeah, I actually gave it a B as well. I think it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah. It's above average, but I wish they'd gone a little bit further.
Yeah. Our next indie is called The Best Offer. It's starring Geoffrey Rush.
And he acts as an auctioneer who's a bit of a germaphobe,
Yeah.
and he falls for a woman who is
Agoraphobic.
and
right?
outright agoraphobic. Check out the trailer.
Truly surprising, wouldn't you say?
It's a fake. Hello, who's speaking?
Clary Bitson. To be honest, I haven't decided yet, but I would like to have a, what's the word?
Valuation. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present lot 231. And Miss Claire, what else can you tell me about her?
Suffers from a very strange illness.
He speaks to her, but through a closed door.
Closed door? What, you mean he's never seen her face?
Not only him, no one has. Are you here, Miss Ibbotson?
Everything can be faked, Virgil.
Why do you systematically avoid meeting me?
I wish to tell you to cease all involvement in my affairs. Let me have your bill for expenses. Good night.
Claire, what's wrong? Tell me what happened. What's it like living with a woman?
Like taking part in an auction sale. You never know if yours will be the best offer.
Well, when you think you've made it with a woman, that is when you lose your grip on strategy.
I need to see you.
Go away! Claire!
Who is it really?
There's always something authentic concealed in every forgery.
So again, this was one of those films that I really knew nothing about.
No.
I didn't even watch the trailer before I watched the movie. It just went in cold. Was that your?
Do you wish you had watched the trailer? Because the trailer makes it look very Hitchcockian.
That's true.
Whereas the movie is very slow-paced, incredibly slow.
Yeah, I didn't mind the pacing so much because I liked the focus on the characters and the development of them. It was mainly the ending that did it in for me.
I can see what you're saying there. And that's where they try to be a Hitchcock movie, kind of Matchstick Men a little bit.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, it changed the movie completely. Because I liked seeing, his habits. I liked seeing how he reacted to this agoraphobic woman. And he was obsessed with her. And they were both kind of nuts.
Yeah.
And good for each other in a way.
Yeah.
And then the twist kind of, all right, deflated.
Right. Nothing in this movie is as it seems. Donald Sutherland comes off as a bit of an art aficionado, but really we find out he's a bit of a klutz.
Yeah.
Geoffrey Rush plays his character who seems very much in control, but only during his auctions. His social life is a mess.
Yeah.
We've got his fencer,
his
Sturgis.
Yeah, his only friend is Jim Sturgis, and he basically they talk about art, women, and he's creating an automaton for Geoffrey Rush.
Yeah.
I mean, by this summary, people are like, no thanks.
The whole automaton thing I thought was super heavy-handed.
Yeah.
As he's getting to know the agoraphobic woman, the automaton slowly takes shape too. I was like,
wink,
okay,
wink.
a bit much. And then the ending, I don't want to spoil it if you're going to see it, but the ending just seemed far-fetched. It almost seemed, I dare say, Luke Skywalker, that's impossible! Like, come on, really? You expect me to believe that they planned this much, this long? It's like a conspiracy of...
it's not for everyone. It's the pacing is very European.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
well over 2 hours. So
yes, it is.
It's hard to watch.
Okay, and it's also R-rated. There's a bit of nudity in there and some language.
So what rating would you give it?
I'm giving, frankly, I liked it until the ending, and I thought it kind of blew it for me. I think it's a slightly above average movie for everything that went into it, so I'm giving it a C+.
Okay, I'm giving it a C+ as well.
We can't agree on everything.
Let's do it today.
There's no tension.
Hey, maybe we'll disagree on the next movie. Maybe. I'm hoping we do. And that movie is Labor Day. It's Jason Reitman's newest movie, and that's coming right up on Critical Mass.